Well, good afternoon again. We are in the midst of some changing weather here today. We've been enjoying a mix of some sun and clouds, and a lot of us with temperatures in the 70s, mostly sunny skies into the afternoon, and just plain old warm for us for this time of year. We're looking at temperatures even approaching 80. We'll show you that in a second. But huge changes by the end of the week. It starts today, but by Friday we're talking temperatures into the 50s for highs and rain being likely. So some gloomy fall weather coming our way by the end of the week. Let's take a look at our temperatures right now. There's quite the range. We've got warm numbers down in the south. Check out Sisseton, already at 84 degrees. It's 81 in Wahpeton and in Fergus Falls and Wadena. Fargo is at 75 and Grand Forks a little cooler, checking in at 69 degrees and only 61 in Langdon. So we're looking at more than a 20-degree temperature difference here even this afternoon. As the wind is picking up out of the northwest, we're seeing a gust of 30 miles per hour in Langdon. That's going to be more likely as the day goes on for the rest of us here in the valley. And that wind will usher in some cooler air. We've also had more clouds up in that area and rain showers too. And so that prevented us from warming up as quickly as those in the south as well. As this boundary is moving through, we'll again have that cooler air descending in the valley. You can see we've had some clouds developing, so it's more partly cloudy in a lot of areas. And then up in that northwestern part of Minnesota, back to just north of Grand Forks here, you see Grand Forks is on the dry side, but north of town, some showers stretching back through Marshall County in Minnesota and Roseau County as well. And then some lightning. You can see just a couple of lightning bolts here stretching along this line in northern Clearwater County and back over into the Red Lake area. So some spotty showers and thunder showers out there in the northern valley. Excuse me. Now we're looking at some mostly cloudy skies in this area for many hours of the day here today once again. But notice how as we get into the afternoon, we're looking at some showers more to Minnesota, and it's not as numerous and not as intense. It's going to be generally weakening here as we go through the day. Temperatures again soaring initially, but eventually we'll see that cold front move through and we'll all start to cool down heading into the late afternoon and into the evening hours for tonight. So by 8 o'clock, we're more into the 50s and some 60s. Still brisk, still on that breezy side, but not as gusty as we are right now, where we're looking at gusts getting into that 30-mile-per-hour range for the next couple of hours or so. Here's a look at your 5 a.m. forecast for Wednesday morning. Today was 50s and 60s. Tomorrow, going to feel cooler. We're looking at 40s to some 50s to start off your Wednesday. So here we go into that cooler range of weather. Wednesday, we may see a shower or two return to northeastern parts of our viewing area, that northwestern part of Minnesota. Otherwise, partly cloudy skies, much cooler, 60s for highs, low 60s. And then Thursday, that's the fall equinox. And we've got fall weather just in time for that, with temperatures around 60 for your high. And then, of course, on Friday, we've been talking about how it's going to be the coolest day of the stretch with rain likely on Friday as well. So have a plan for your Friday night football. You want to make sure that you are dressing in layers, but that outermost layer being, of course, a poncho, something waterproof because of the rain. The weekend we'll see temperatures climbing back up into the 60s. So looking pretty good here as we get back into next week. But we've got a big dip coming our way. And if you like summertime, today is your day to enjoy those temperatures, especially right now into the midday hour.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's definitely a range of temperatures I see there.
Yeah, some of us yesterday were in the upper 80s, so we started the week and summertime temperatures. It'll be about 30 degrees cooler by the end of the week.
Yeah, wow.